What's happening, everybody? It's Sean here, and I'm back today to give you guys a review of the Afew collaboration with Diadora on this B.560 Dino Russo. Before I begin this review, I want to give a huge thank you over to Afew for sending me over this pair. For those who aren't familiar with Afew, this is a leading sneaker boutique based out of Germany, and they've had tons of collaborations in the past, this one being their latest with Diadora. And to put it out there, this is my very first pair of Diadoras that I've ever owned. I've heard of the brand definitely, but I've never actually picked up a pair for myself. So it was pretty dope to get one in hand for the first time and see what the brand is all about. So this collaboration released back on July 22nd, and they retailed for a price of 230 euros, which is roughly 260 US dollars or 340 Canadian dollars converted. And for those watching, if you guys are shocked by the high retail price for this pair, keep in mind this shoe is entirely made in Italy. And the official colorway for this shoe is sandshell and white. And this colorway pays homage to Dino Russo, who, according to the sneaker description, was one of the greatest tennis players to ever live, but he actually never turned pro. So he wanted to play tennis strictly for the love of the game, and apparently he played with a bunch of legends such as John McEnroe, for example, but the world just never really ever heard of him because he just never turned pro. So that's a very interesting story, and honestly, I've never heard of him before. I'm not a huge tennis fan myself to begin with, but it's great that this collaboration pays homage to one of those silent legends. So first things first, here's a quick look at the box. So this comes in a very retro styled box, and to me at least, it has almost like an 80s flair to it, which I thought was really cool. So you can see the different sides of the box has this stripe pattern to it with this gradient on it, and I thought it was really well designed. So jumping into the details of this shoe, the B560 is a tennis inspired sneaker, and the first thing that I noticed is that the materials on the upper, they feel very sturdy and very thick cut. So on the toe box, you can see this is crafted using a tumbled white leather and has this perforated finish to it. And then overlaid on the front toe cap, we have 2 layers of the same leather. And like I said, it's a very thick cut of leather. This same white leather covers the eyelets of the shoe in this wiggly fashion. And then beneath this, we have more white leather panels. But then stitched on top of this, we have the Diadora logo or vector. This is constructed using a beige crack leather with Dino Russo's signature in white. And then we have a secondary layer of suede underneath. For the top 2 eyelets, this is covered in a TPU bar, and then this connects to the suede overlay, which wraps around the back of the sneaker. Etched away from the suede on the back, we have Diadora branding, and then above this we have this off-white colored nubuck, along with this beige overlay of suede. In terms of laces, so these come with these flat style laces in white, and they have Afew branding on the lace tips. And then underneath this, the tongue is somewhat padded and it's covered in this very light gray colored nubuck, which also feels like it's very nice quality in person. And then on the very top, we have this rectangular tag with Dino Russo Afew made in Italy branding stitched on in the center. The interior of the shoe is lined in this tan colored textile. And then as far as the insoles go, these come with a pretty thin foam lined insole. And on the heel of the insole, we have Afew, Diadora, and Dino Russo code branding. So the upper of the B560 sits atop this solid rubber cup sole, which primarily covers the lateral side. So the midsole is given a vintage look in this yellowed color. We have Diadora branding found on the lateral side, and they've purposely brushed this midsole with this orangey clay color, almost like it's been played on a tennis court. And I feel like this treatment is almost hand done because my left foot and the right foot, it looks different. So I feel like every shoe is going to be a little bit different with its own imperfections, making it very unique. And then on the medial side of the midsole, you'll see the rubber cupsole only covers the forefoot, so the back portion is entirely the EVA foam that's found within this rubber cupsole. So this is done in a mix of this darker clay, almost brown color on the top, and this yellowed cream color on the bottom. Finally, turning this pair over to the bottom, so we have a full rubber outsole with this herringbone style traction pattern found throughout, along with Diadora branding found on the heel. So that breaks down the look and the construction of this pair. And for those wondering about sizing, my foot measures as a true size 10, slightly on the wider side. I got sent these in a size 10, and I feel like if you have a narrow or normal width foot and you like more of that snug 1-to-1 fit, you probably could get away with going a half size down. So getting these in a size 10, I found like they ran a little bit long lengthwise, although the width of the shoe, it ran a little bit narrow, so I could already feel the sides of my feet touching the sides of the shoe. So again, if your feet are a little bit more on the narrow side, I think you could get away with going half size down and it would probably fit better. But for those wide footers out there, I'd probably just stick true to size because the width of the shoe probably would cause you some problems if you went down half a size. Next up, in terms of the comfort, so this shoe feels pretty stiff and sturdy underfoot. First off, like I mentioned earlier, the materials on the upper, it's a very thick cut of leather. So straight out of the box, I feel like you definitely need to break these in and soften up the leather. And similarly, the underfoot feeling, it's a little bit more on the firm side. This rubber cupsole, like I mentioned earlier, it covers the entire lateral side of the shoe, which I guess makes sense from a tennis or performance standpoint, because it really gives you more stability and it prevents your foot from rolling outwards. However, we don't have that side wall on the medial side, so I could feel a lot more compression and softness on that medial edge of the shoe. So all in all, I'd say that it's a pretty clunky feeling sneaker, but it's not uncomfortable by any means. It basically just feels like a typical retro sneaker that doesn't have that soft, super cushioned feel underfoot. Finally, in terms of the quality and the craftsmanship on this shoe, so material quality was really solid. This is a made in Italy shoe, and the materials feel very nice to the touch. You can tell that they use genuine leathers, genuine suedes, and there's nothing about the shoe that has a very synthetic feel to it. So that's probably the thing I appreciate most about this sneaker. And same thing with the craftsmanship. I thought the build was pretty much perfect, the stitch job was good, the panels were cut and stitched onto the shoe consistently, and no blemishes, no glue stains, nothing like that. So I don't know if this is typical for Diadora sneakers, but if it is, I've come away feeling pretty impressed. So with all that out of the way now, let me toss these on feet, I'll lace them up for you, and I'll show you guys how these look. As an introduction to Diadora as a brand, I'm not gonna say that I'm totally in love with this sneaker, but I'll say that it has me intrigued. I'm a big fan of the material choices, the quality of the materials, and the build of the sneaker. I'm very impressed with it. I just wasn't totally in love with the comfort of this shoe, but like I mentioned earlier on in this review, I appreciate what Diadora and Afew are doing, paying homage to Dino Russo. I think that's really dope. I haven't heard of his story before, but I thought it's super interesting that a guy that's so talented in tennis decided not to go pro to avoid, I guess, tainting his love for the game when it turns to money. And in many respects, I can relate to that. People say, why don't I do YouTube full time? Part of that reason is because I just don't want my love for sneakers turning into something that I just need to do to make money. So let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think about this Dino Russo B.560? What are your thoughts on this collaboration with Afew? And are you a fan of the colorway and the look of the sneaker? And what are your thoughts on the distressed hits on this shoe? For me, I think the shoe would have looked maybe a little bit better without the pre-distressing on the midsole. But aside from that though, I thought the colorway of the shoe was really solid. So if you guys like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. You can follow me on Instagram at sgo8, follow my Twitter account at sean.go, and visit my website at seango.ca. So thanks so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoy this review. Another huge thank you over to the crew at Afew store. So thank you so much for sending me over this pair. And for everyone else, I'll catch you guys all in my next review.